Come on, come on. Load in. Load in. Yes. Hello guys, welcome back to Just a Gamer. Today we will continue playthrough of Hogwarts Legacy. In the last video, we did a little bit. We spent a little bit time with Sebastian. He's slowly but surely starting to be a dark wizard, I believe. I don't know, I'm not sure, but that's my opinion. We will see. And I bought something. So this thing in the tomes, and that produced that one. I rearrange everything to be botanical again. I put these tables. This is for beer. A picture of this one, Hogwarts emblem. This is a Quidditch board for something. And we have a little bit more. And then we have this one. I got big tables. There's also for 5, but I was too quick to buy this. So yeah, we will wait for this one too. And then we will go for our mission. And that is to speak with Amit, because he knows Gobbledegook. I don't know how it pronounces. And yeah. And then we will continue with main story. And yeah, I put some this decorative this thingy, also the candles, holders. I forgot the name of that. And yeah, it's good. Yeah, so let's go. Book lead the way. Anyway, lagging. Is this
Revelio?
Do we have something here? No. Yeah, he likes looking into the stars. Run, just a wizard, run.
What's wrong with you, Susan? Afraid of a staircase?
Please.
Hello there.
Astronomy telescope. This telescope is the finest stargazing instrument of its kind. Perfect and for viewing the moon and the stars and anything else one might find in the night sky. Can we?
Hello, Amit. Do I recall you saying that you speak Gobbledegook?
I did. I do. Speak it. Is this to do with the goblin I saw you with in Hogsmeade?
It is. His name is Lodgok. We could use your help with something. He's waiting for me near a goblin mine. Would you be willing to help?
Of course. How exciting. Well, might this be dangerous?
I think he simply wants to show me something that involves Gobbledegook. If it helps, he's a friend of Sirona's.
Good to hear. Good to hear. If Sirona trusts him, then I feel much better.
How well do you know?
You said you know Gobbledegook, but how well?
I've been reading it for as long as I've been reading English. My parents have an extensive library. Once I grew bored with the classics, I devoured goblin writings. I'd tell you some titles, but you wouldn't understand them.
Have you ever spoken directly to a goblin?
Unbelievably, no. I'm so looking forward to it. Actually conversing in Gobbledegook with a native speaker. Cannot wait to confirm subtle bits of pronunciation and tone that may have eluded me, being self-taught and all.
Hopefully he knows.
Lodgok is waiting. Should we go?
Of course. I just want to check the pronunciation of a couple of key terms first. So I will meet you there.
Okay. It's all Gobbledegook. Where is that? World map. Oh, let's go there. Oh, my keyboard is trying to be funny. You will not catch me. You can try. It's really hard to catch me. Where is that? Yeah. Give me a second. Load up.
On
Revelio.
another adventure, are we?
Yeah, please don't tell anyone. In Hogwarts, I want to say. Ooh, eggs. I'm like collecting all of these materials and I don't know even what are they for.
A friend who speaks Gobbledegook is meeting us. Before he arrives, perhaps you could tell me why we're here?
Of course. Unfortunately, presenting Ranrock with the Helmet of Urtkot did not have the effect I'd hoped. Because he knew the details surrounding its plunder, he presumed I'd had help from a witch or wizard in retrieving it.
But you have no choice?
How else did he expect Goblinkind to get the helmet back? Seems he has no interest in making amends with you.
I'm afraid we do not have the luxury of rational expectation when it comes to Ranrock. Damn Bragbor and his blasted journals.
Bragbor?
An ancestor of Ranrock's, renowned metalworker. If we are to work together, I suppose I must tell you more. Not long ago, Ranrock sent me to collect a recently unearthed set of Bragbor's journals. They described repositories that Bragbor had been commissioned to build for a group of witches and wizards.
What do you mean, repositories?
Large, magically fortified receptacles crafted from goblin metal. Ranrock recruited others to help me locate the repositories. We were to search anywhere that was connected to 5 names mentioned in the journals: Rackham, Fitzgerald, Bakar, Morganach, and Rookwood.
Rookwood Castle.
That is where we began our search.
Why does Ranrock care so much about these repositories?
He cares about what they contain. For centuries, wizards have refused to share their magical knowledge with goblins. Your kind will not even let us carry wands. Thus, many goblins, myself included, have spent our lives mistrusting wizard kind. Ranrock was convinced that the repositories contained a magical power that wizards wanted to keep for themselves. He is determined to take it for goblin kind. But
Here comes my friend Amit. Probably best to continue our conversation later.
Greetings, Lord Gok. It is an honor, sir.
You speak Gobbledegook.
Oh, Bagalio.
Enough. Please do not tell me that was meant to be Gobbledegook.
Yes. Perhaps my pronunciation was a bit off. I imagine certain dialects differ.
Pronunciation is not the issue. I barely recognize that as language. I trust you can read Gobbledegook better than you can speak it?
I can, Sir Lord Gok.
Just Lodgok. Thankfully, we only need someone who can decipher written plans, since I cannot join you in the mine.
What written plans? And why can't you come with us?
We need some idea of what Ranrock knows or is plotting. I suspect a careless loyalist may have left plans behind. And I'm unable to join you because I cannot risk anyone reporting my presence to Ranrock. All you need to do is not be seen, either by the eye above the enchanted door or a loitering loyalist.
Vic, can you tell me more about the door?
What else should we know about the enchanted door?
The door will not open while the eye can see you. You and your friend must be invisible to it to gain access. From what I know of wizard magic, that shouldn't be too difficult to achieve.
Amit and I can do this.
I will await your return. I shall see you soon.
Okay. Let's see. You is this one enough? Ghost guns surrounding, making more difficult other perception, perhaps thinking approach enemies and detect. And yep. Or where's the invisible potion? I have just one. Oh my god. Huh. So because I don't have any, let's try this one. Where is that?
Yes, of course.
The door is looking at us.
Well, that was easy. Oh, enter.
Books so rarely prepare one for reality. A real goblin mine. It's even grander than I had expected.
Dude,
Revelio.
we will have to fight. So please
I
do.
cannot believe I met a goblin.
Let's just learn what we can and get out.
Look at this lift. Impressive workmanship for so
Incendio.
simple a device.
Impressive workmanship aside, it's the only way forward.
Come.
Revelio.
I still can't believe we're inside a real goblin mine.
Incendio. Accio. Guardian Leviosa.
You will. I will take everything. You will not let me.
I've read about mines like this, but seeing one is something else
Accio.
altogether.
So go, just be quiet.
I'll meet you'll need to stay close to me. I've dealt with worse enemies than these.
You're really down there. Come.
Bring me 1,000 humans to battle. I'll take them all. Run the other way when they see me, humans do. Every time.
Revelio.
Okay. Ready?
Matter of time. Oh, seems right.
Potato. Stupid one. Stupid one.
A miss! Find him!
Incendio.
Stupid! Little spells glance off of me.
That was a little more than I'm used to.
I'll get us through his safely, I'll meet. You have my word.
Well, that's
Clever.
the thing.
Revelio.
Not always that simple.
Incendio.
Here we have something. Hopefully I did it that good. I don't know, I just pulling and pushing and... How can we get up there? That's my question. Because we have up there something.
I feel like a character from one of the adventure books I read during the summer holidays.
Let's take a look around, Amit. See if we can find any plans.
Bound to be plans, a schematic. They're building something. I can't quite make
Revelio.
it out. Curious. Let me know if you see any more plans or schematics. We can't return to Lodgok empty-headed.
Do you know how to read or?
I won't rest.
Potato! Levioso!
Just you wait.
Incendio!
That's the last loyalist. Unfortunate, really. I'd imagine most goblins to be brilliant and kind.
Oh,
Fascinating to see Gobbledegook written in
Revelio.
a goblin hand. The flourishes are extraordinary. I will get to the bottom of what they've been building down here.
when, my friend.
Right. Don't wish to be seen, do we?
Revelio.
Nothing. Even if he said it's a last loyalist. I don't wanna. I don't care, I don't wanna say.
Revelio.
That's the thing, it's so difficult to know where you have been. No, okay, we came from this side. We went left. Up there. We went through this door. Oh, wait. Wait. Oh. The same, right? Yeah. Sorry, Ami.
Revelio.
If I'm translating this correctly, and I think that I am, they're building something rather large. But what? There must be more notes around here. What could they be building?
Oh! That's a lot of enemies. Wanna fight?
Potato.
Why do this out longer than me? You will not know. You can't stop
Levioso.
it.
Incendio.
Get away! I'll bury you in the...
Levioso. Incendio.
Prepare to surrender now. Was that your...
Incendio. Expelliarmus.
I will make you.
Incendio. Levioso.
You think this is funny? Not quite.
Okay.
Defendo. Flipendo. Crucio. Arresto momentum.
Is it? Not quite. Easily diverted.
Defendo.
I've been fighting since before you were born.
This is too much.
Stay close. I've handled much worse.
Another boiler. This place is more complex than
Revelio.
I had expected. Another schematic. What are they going to build? This mine is too small for whatever it is.
Incendio.
This mine is too small.
Revelio.
I wonder if the boiler powers the lever. I suspect it must.
Okay, yes, I need.
Accio.
Okay, what we have here?
Revelio.
We have something here. I'm interested. How can we open all of that? Don't tell anybody that I caused unforgettable curse. You know what I want to say.
I'm quite good at sneaking about. You'll see.
But what can Goblin do with wand? Probably a lot of stuff.
We're close to a breakthrough. I can feel it. Who is it? That was unimpressive. An utterly pitiful despair.
Incendio.
You can't stop her.
Levioso.
You have survived this, my young friend.
Incendio.
Oh,
Levioso.
What are you doing? What is this?
Rather
Incendio.
unwise coming back this way.
Descendo.
Much too slow.
Incendio.
yeah.
I shall have been. Get away with it.
One of those humans a warrior.
I will have my
Incendio.
revenge.
Accio. Expelliarmus.
Not very good at this, are you?
I shall have been your death. You won't get away with that.
Accio. Incendio. Expelliarmus. Levioso. Incendio. Accio. Incendio. Expelliarmus. Levioso.
How many of them are there?
That should be the last of them, Amit.
How do you know? How are you sure that
Revelio.
the last of it?
Accio.
Oh yeah, and we need to hurry up the... Oh yeah, we have a town point. So here's the... Where's the... Oh,
Depulso.
and it's not that. We have to
Yes, of course.
hide. And then that one, and go back. And now do that.
Revelio.
Anything here? No.
This is not good. They're building enormous drills, bigger than this mine could contain.
Let's get out of here and tell Lodgok what we found.
Exit the mine. Who will fight? Oh, there is a shortcut. How convenient. Come, friend. We have to go up.
I need a moment to catch my breath. This was more than I bargained for.
I'm glad you came with me, Amit. Now that we know what they're up to, we can get out of here.
Hopefully.
Revelio.
Oh, level 2. No!
Revelio.
What kind of treasure is in there? I will not be able to open it. No! And you and I have to look for that thing.
We're almost out of here, Amit. Look, the lift.
A welcome sight indeed.
Revelio.
A left? Aha, we have to go there. And now the big fight. I think that Ludwig will set us up for something. Okay? Maybe not.
Can we please talk about...
That wasn't so bad, was it?
It was. It really was. I'm afraid I've had enough adventure for one day. For a lifetime, perhaps.
Thank you, Amit. I couldn't have done it without you. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to have a word with Lodgok.
Understood? I'll leave you to it. Your
Thank
goblin
you.
secrets are safe with me, but I get to write the book about this escapade someday.
You will.
Without further ado, adieu.
Bye. Now, May. We'll see if we are friends.
They're building enormous drills. We found their plans. Ranrock must be searching for the repositories.
I fear you are correct. Other than Rookwood Castle, however, I do not know where else he plans to search.
I've been wondering about something else you said before we entered the mine.
Yes?
If you share Ranrock's views, then why are you helping me?
I expected Rookwood Castle to be deserted when I arrived to begin my search. So was surprised to find a witch there who had set up a sort of improvised research site. She was studying something so intently that she almost didn't notice me. When she looked up, I thought she would react with fear or disdain. But instead she did something that I will never forget. Without a moment's hesitation, she smiled and asked me to sit with her. She told me that she was a researcher and showed me a small, oddly shaped container with a strange symbol on it. She was certain it was made of goblin metal, but was unable to open it. She wanted to work together.
Miriam.
Yes. But how did you...
Professor Fig's wife.
Oh,
Told me
shit.
of her research, and I know of the container.
Ah. The reverence with which she talked of goblins and their intelligence and skill, it caught me entirely off guard. I'd never been treated with such respect by a witch or wizard. So, to my surprise, I let her study the container if she would allow me to search the castle on my own. We parted ways, with her promising to share what she'd learned. More of Ranrock's recruits arrived, and we began to dig, eventually locating the first repository. Ranrock was thrilled with our discovery, but furious when I told him about Miriam. berated me for trusting a witch. And I heard she had been killed.
You think Ranrock murdered her?
I don't want to believe it. But I don't know. After that, something shifted in me. I had seen how the power from the repositories was transforming Ranrock, transforming all of them. I could no longer remain a part of it.
Thank you, Lodgok, for telling me this.
I tell you all of this so that you understand what is at stake. Ranrock never found all of Bragbor's journals, but the ones he did find suggest that Bragbor at some point built a repository far greater in size than the one beneath Rookwood Castle. What you've discovered here today worries me deeply. If Ranrock learns of the location of that repository, I fear we shall be destined for a great war. I will find out what Ranrock knows. Watch for my owl.
He's like prepared to die. It looks like that. Oh, this was an interesting mission. Yeah, and a brief history lesson. Yeah, talents. What is this? Basic cuts. Yeah, that's cool. Increase range of the value. And okay. Which one is... Oh, we have a new spell here. Flipendo. Has the same effect as a curse on enemies. Oh. A cursed enemy effect remains on enemy for a longer period of time. Cool. Oh. That one. Quests. Fury Claw. Meet Sebastian in the catacombs. Let's go. But
I have to complete.
I believe my next broom upgrade to be even more impressive than the last. Come by Spin Witches as soon as you can.
okay. I believe I have a lot. 17. Yeah. So lower levels than me. So I can actually sell everything. I'll go to Hogwarts. Hogsmeade.
Hogsmeade, here I come.
Nothing more.
2,800. Where are you? Are you near your village?
I was wondering when I'd see you again.
As soon
Let's
as you
look at
load
what we
in.
have, shall we?
And stuff. What do you? Buy small pots, and I bought like 3. Like, oh, that's... Yeah. We will save
Let me
this
know if
money.
there's anything else I can do to help.
We will save this money, so maybe we'll need in the future. World map.
Looks rather dark in there. Never stopped me before.
Oh,
You're
my
here.
friend,
Good.
let's be
Sebastian,
careful.
that relic you mentioned.
Don't think I've forgotten about your goblin friend. I haven't. But I needed to tell you what I've learned. I believe one of Slytherin's students stumbled upon the relic during an assignment to study sarcophagi in this catacomb. From what I read in a report by the student, they weren't permitted to take it with them, so I must assume it's still here. As I mentioned earlier, this relic grants its holder the power to reverse dark magic curses. If it's in this catacomb, I have to find it. For Anne. I need to see her.
Was there anything else in the student's report?
I'd be interested to know what else the student discovered.
Have a look. Unfortunately, there's no name on it, but I suspect if it was important enough for Slytherin to stash in his spellbook, it's worthy of further study.
Let's explore.
I'm ready to explore the catacomb. Perhaps we can visit Anne when we've finished.
Perfect. By the way, Ominous has been asking about you. You didn't tell him what we were doing, did you?
I didn't. I promise.
Good. Ominous would be livid if he knew what we were about to do.
But it's not good to hide from friends. Especially he helped you a lot. So, student report. The catacomb assignment yielded more than I would imagine. Learning about our ancestors was illuminating. However, I stumbled upon something else I could not ignore. An area behind the great room which had suffered decay. Amid the turned over sarcophagi, and I discovered an oddly shaped relic. Immediately I sensed its power. I would be thrilled to study the relic further. If only the removal of objects were allowed.
I'll be interested to compare what lies inside to what I've read about this catacomb.
So, wish us luck.
I'm sure that foul smell is the scent of success. Try not to lose your nerve just yet.
Give me a second. We need to switch because there will be dead those and they're sensitive on fire. Or
Confringo! Protego! Stupid one!
At least now we know we're not alone in here.
Perhaps that was
Incendio.
it. And the rest of the tomb will be insect-free.
Yeah, spiders aren't insects.
Don't start.
really?
We're here for a reason. I'd say
Revelio.
opening them all is justified.
Confringo!
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
This room is taller than it looks.
Revelio.
Finding a chest in an inconspicuous loft. Brilliant.
I know I'm brilliant. Hopefully you will listen to this brilliant head when you start acting crazy.
Levioso.
Sendo!
Accio. Incendio.
Confringo! Protego! Confringo!
Accio. Revelio.
Sorry, I just...
Depulso. Expelliarmus.
Sorry. Wait, I don't know where we should go. Let's go down there.
Now this is the sort of great room I want to be buried in.
Surrounded by grandeur.
Grandeur and then some. Even an altar with a pile of bones. Lovely.
Bones outside a sarcophagus. Seems odd. There's something here by the altar.
I foolishly mentioned the relic in my report and was reminded to leave it where it lay. But research must come before my fealty to the rules. I said something about this relic. I was told that those chosen by English oak ones have powerful intuition. I believe it. Therefore, when no one was looking, I conjured 2 barricades to isolate the relic. Ancestors forgive me, but I used their very bones as the key. I plan to return it, but first I must ready myself for the next assignment, learning the Imperious Curse. The spell I said to serve well against enemies.
What did you find? Accio!
Well, there is no...
Levioso! Accio! Incendio! Confringo!
What
I've read the world of another spider. I shall sleep better tonight.
So I cannot tell him what I have found because he will be mad. Nah.
We're in a tomb. I assume eerie sounds come with the territory. Accio!
Green Peace Shroom assemble. I will be right back. Just want to see what we missed on other side. I didn't expect that that's the way. So guys, let's see what
Revelio.
it would be nice.
Accio. Incendio. Confring Bodego. Stupefy.
Oh, that's new.
Levioso.
That's new.
Incendio. Confringo. Revelio. Confringo.
Okay. That's it here, so let's go back to our possibly lunatic friend. But I understand him, like his sister is sick and he wants to help her and wants to do better, and I applaud to him for wanting to do that, but at any cost, that's...
Looks like part of a student's diary. It mentions plans to return for the relic and conjuring barricades using bones.
Of course. The student's summary referenced a space beyond the Great Room, which means this can't be a dead end. Let's divide and conquer. You work on sorting out the bone barricades, I'll look around and see what we missed. Hold on to that diary entry. There may be more to it.
It does mention something else. It says their next assignment was learning the Imperious Curse.
Really? Interesting. We need to focus on moving beyond this room. But let me think for a moment.
Do you think the pages were left here on purpose?
Slytherin mentioned a student who excelled in charms and always carried a satchel stuffed full of notes. They might have been left on purpose, or the student may have simply dropped them.
Of course. I'll start to search for those barricades.
Brilliant. There's more to this than even I imagined. Look,
Revelio.
Bones stacked oddly on either side of this archway.
Leave no stone unturned. Or in this case, no bone. Accio! Wingardium Leviosa. Accio! Wingardium Leviosa.
Oh, I need more bones.
Depulso. We've made it this far, but clearly we have more to do.
Oh. Are they coming after me? No.
Accio. I need to find a safe way across. Accio.
Because when I do
Revelio.
this, it seems like there is a bridge, but I'm not completely sure about that. So I need Lumos.
Lumos. Revelio. Accio. Defender. Flipendo.
Oh my god,
Lumos.
that's the one.
Accio.
Okay. Now,
Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Revelio. Accio.
okay.
Rickety bone bridge complete. Depulso. Revelio.
Okay.
Accio.
Okay, and then
Revelio.
what now? I need more bones. Need one more bone. Oh,
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
at least we explored.
You've done it.
Of course.
I knew we'd get through. I felt it in my bones.
Nice.
Ha ha ha.
Before we
That's
trudge
right.
on further, I've just realized something. The student's diary mentions the Imperious Curse. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to need it here. It's an unforgivable, but useful when you're outnumbered. Places the victim completely under the caster's control. So, if you'd like to learn Imperio, I can teach you.
Where did you learn the Imperious Curse?
I taught myself. Don't tell Ominous that I've told you. It's not exactly something I can brag about, but it may come in handy. I think you ought to know it.
Shouldn't I know more about what the curse entails?
Remember the blasting curse? Same idea, except when it comes to unforgivable curses, your intention has to be clear. You have to mean it.
It's probably wise to know the spell.
I couldn't agree more. A spell that could save your life shouldn't be unforgivable. You have a lot at stake. You have an ability that evidently no one's seen for centuries.
Yeah.
Focus your wand movement. It's not an easy spell to master.
Okay. Left, F, right, space.
Here we go. Something troubling ahead. Be on your guard.
Okay. Let me see. Where we will put that. somewhere there. Actually, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, let's where's the Leviosa thing? So let's see.
Imperio. Accio. Incendio.
Well, not that special. Sorry. And it's cool to know.
Confringo. Revelio. Debolso.
Another barricade. Considering how well you did on the last one, this should be a cinch.
Yeah.
How gracious of you.
I try. This looks different than what we faced before. Now we're also dealing with rune symbols.
Confringo.
Yeah.
Confringo. Imperio. Bodega. Stupid.
Hey.
Incendio. Incendio.
Some of these stone tablets have two rune symbols. That has to mean something.
Incendio. Accio. Confringo. Levioso.
Never knew spiders could make such a mess.
Bit dramatic, isn't it?
It's cool to spider
Incendio.
by your side.
Accio. Depulso. Revelio.
This catacomb has suffered decay, just as the student's summary described.
I doubt anyone's been here in quite some time.
Yeah.
Perhaps we need to pull the handles in the order of the symbols on the tablets.
Probably, I don't know, just going around and exploring. Why am or
Accio.
oh
Revelio.
oh
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio.
so that goes with circle. That's that.
That worked. Keep going.
Wingardium Leviosa.
That goes with that one. What? Oh. So we open these two. Now that goes. That one and that one. And it's
Revelio.
nothing. Oh, I was expecting spider. Okay, that
Accio.
one. And that one.
Wingardium Leviosa.
closer.
You are head and shoulders above these bones. Nicely done.
Revelio.
You're welcome.
I see why Slytherin's student was so entranced with this place.
Are you ready to fight?
Protego. Stupid one. Incendio. Stupid one. Fringo. Imperio. Stupid one.
Whoa.
Incendio. Incendio. Levioso. Accio. Incendio. Confringo. Incendio. Confringo. Crucio. Defender. Incendio. For a moment there, I thought that'd never end.
Is that it? Is that it?
Incendio.
So
Revelio.
what's here? What do we
Dead
have
end.
here?
Lovely. All that for nothing.
Hold on. Don't give up yet.
See, what's here? 3 bones on stake. The relic contains abound potential. It's possible that could benefit not only Wizardkind but the world. But the dark sacrifice involved the release. Its intent may be too great. Until we know more, please do not remove this relic.
Sebastian! The relic! Look!
Could it be?
The note and rendition of the relic. It matches. This must be where the student left the relic.
I can't believe it. After all this, it lines up. We've really found it.
What do you suppose is meant by the dark sacrifice required to realize the relic's potential?
I have no idea. But we're here for the relic.
We should leave the relic alone. Sorry, I'm just I really don't know what to do. We need that relic. We should leave that relic because of the...
The note advises to leave the relic alone.
I assure you, we were meant to find this. For Anne's sake. I'm taking it. Let's get to Feldcroft.
So no matter what
must
I
keep this
said,
relic secret.
yeah.
Especially from my uncle.
So no matter what I choose, he will take it.
Is that ominous?
That's your friend.
Ominous. The sounds we kept hearing. It was you.
You gave me no choice. I had to follow you. Sebastian, please, leave the relic alone. We can find another way to help Anne.
I'm sorry, Ominous, but I'm taking it.
No, you're not. If you won't put it back, then I will.
Hold on, both of you. Sebastian, please, take a step back.
Fine. But Ominous knows. I won't step back from a fight.
Can't believe this.
How much did you hear?
Everything.
I was glad to hear you tell Sebastian to leave the relic. We need to stand together. Convince Sebastian this is wrong.
And if nothing will change his mind?
Something has to. I need your help.
You're right. This seems far riskier than Sebastian realizes.
Good. We're agreed. We don't allow him to leave here with the relic.
I do think we should talk to him, but I fear we won't stop him from taking the relic.
What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting we negotiate. We allow Sebastian to leave with the relic under one condition. After this, no more.
I feel that's what we agreed to in the scriptorium. I'm being taken for a fool.
You're not, Ominous. This may be the only way to keep your friendship intact. Let's trust him to know what's best.
Fine. If I trust him on this, I'm trusting you too. The dark arts seem harmless until it's too late. Go then. Leave with the relic. I'll not say a word more. I hope I don't regret this.
Sebastian, we're ready.
What is it? I haven't changed my mind.
Ominous has. Let's go.
What? Ominous?
I'll explain on the way. Come on.
I don't know who I will stab at the end in the back, because...
Well, what happened back there?
Ominous and I found a compromise.
Ominous simply needs a moment with you and he'll change his mind. Is that it?
I told him we ought to give you this chance, that the relic is too important to ignore.
There has to be more to it than that. Tell me.
We agreed on what was needed, Sebastian. You have my word.
Something bad gonna happen.
I never wanted to keep all this from Ominous.
Oh.
He just doesn't understand. And I did want to worry him all over again.
But you also do not understand. You are so into it to save your sister, which is noble, but you're doing it like no matter what. You don't care if you hurt somebody or self. So I don't know.
As we were leaving, Ominous wouldn't even acknowledge me. That's not like him.
He was troubled, Sebastian. Even though we agreed to it all, it's been a lot to take in.
I thought he understood. He knew we couldn't give up. All of this is too important. For Anne.
Well, really, we have to go by foot? I don't know, man. You are starting to be really special. I'm afraid that he will do.
When we get to Feldcroft, I'd rather Anne not know what had to be done to get this relic. She thinks like Ominous. It'd only upset her.
Why your village is on fire?
Oh no, this isn't good.
What is it?
Smoke, over there, by the hamlet. Feldcroft's in trouble. They're under attack.
Let's hurry.
Who's attacking?
Easily diverted. Not.
Stop! I'm afraid of heights!
How long did you do that? No! I'm a goblin, not a toy!
Expelliarmus!
Stay back! Keep out the way!
Incendio!
Keep out of sword's reach!
Protego!
To the right!
Got him!
Accio! Incendio!
Incendio.
Will not win here.
Be careful!
You've got them. They'll retreat. You'll make them retreat.
Stop provoking!
Expelliarmus. I'm handling it.
I'm handling it!
Fringo.
Accio.
Stay back! Keep out the way!
There's nowhere to go.
Levioso!
We have to fight. Imperia!
Boy! What have you done?
Saved my sister.
With an unforgivable curse. From that damned book, no doubt. Your father would be ashamed. You've gone too far, Sebastian. Stay away from her. From all of us.
What did my uncle expect me to do? The Imperious curse saved Anne's life. That goblin was going to kill her.
It may be the wrong choice.
There was little time to react, but it was an unforgivable curse.
I acted in the moment. That's all. I shall make my uncle see reason. He cannot banish me from my own home, from my sister.
It might be best to let him calm down a while. May I speak to him? Perhaps I can help to ease the tension a bit.
You may be right. Very well. Probably best if I get away from here for a while. I'll head back to Hogwarts.
Okay, let's pick up the things that stay on the floor. What should I say? Yeah, that's a wrong.
Revelio.
The well in Feldcroft can run dry for some 400 years ago during a great drought. Sadly, many perished as a result, including the last one, young Boydo's father, who refused to speak for years thereafter. Legend says that all was saved when a group of benevolent witches and wizards used a never-before-seen powerful magic to restore water to this region. Oh, the ancient magic.
What was he thinking?
Nothing.
Pardon me, Mr. Sallow.
What Sebastian did was inexcusable. You cannot possibly be about to defend him.
Sebastian acted rashly, but he acted out of instinct to save Anne.
Out of instinct? With an unforgivable curse? This family does not resort to using dark magic even against our enemies. What Sebastian did cannot be undone. That you are defending Sebastian's behavior at all tells me everything I need to know.
What?
You are as guilty as he is.
Well,
Sebastian
yeah.
is to come nowhere near Feldcroft, nowhere near Anne. Unforgivable curses are so named for a reason. If I hear that either of you continues down this path, if either of you uses dark magic, I will notify the headmaster immediately. Why, Sebastian?
We should speak with Mr. Bickle's friends. I believe I can sneak away without drawing my mother's eye. Meet me near Hogsmeade, and we will devise a plan.
Well, speak with Sebastian. Wait, the same mission, or not even done? Okay. Where is Sebastian? That?
What are you up to now?
Me? Nothing. I'm a good boy, as always. Let's see.
Did you speak with my uncle?
I wish I had better news about your uncle and Anne.
Well, what did he say?
I'm afraid he wants you nowhere near Feldcroft. Nor Anne.
I had to stop that goblin from killing my sister. He had no right to banish me from my own twin. If he thinks banishing me means I'm going to give up on Anne, he's sorely mistaken.
He also said he cannot excuse the use of dark magic in any form, and that if he hears of either of us using it, he'll go straight to Professor Black.
Huh? That relic, dark magic or not, is the key to saving Anne. To reverse that curse. I will not lose Anne for good. I should send the crest to Anne. She'll know that we need to meet.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
Nothing, just a thought. Now I'm more determined than ever to learn what power that relic has.
Oh.
What did you mean you'd send Anne a crest so that she'd know to meet you?
We just lost our parents, and we were packing up to go and live with Solomon. We couldn't take everything. She was carefully organizing her prized possessions, a box of artifacts she'd collected to do with our family. Jewelry, cards, old photographs. She got to her favorite, a handmade crest, and without a second thought she handed it to me. This will keep you safe, she said. It holds no enchantment, but I've kept it with me since. That's how I can reach Anne. I'll get the crest to her with plans to meet.
Be careful, Sebastian. Your uncle could intercept it. We'll be expelled.
Even if Ominous is upset with us, he has no love lost for his family. He'd use their connections to the headmaster if we needed his help.
I shall wait to hear from you then.
Thank you. I very much appreciate you standing by me through all of this. I'll send you an owl when I have news.
Okay, Sebastian. Well, guys, this was pretty interesting video. Please do like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Be good, stay good, be positive, spread positivity, spread goodness, help each other. Love is a key for everything. So please do love each other. Do spread love. Now, as always, I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Till then, stay safe, be good, and bye bye, guys.